How to Make Money in Real Estate, Lecture 15. Find the perfect property. Buying a home is one of the biggest decisions you have to make in life, and it is worth putting in the effort to make sure you get it right. Many people make mistakes in buying homes, which can affect their well-being, be a major hassle and be very expensive. When searching for your ideal home, the location is going to be your most crucial factor. You should only start choosing a specific property once you have zeroed in the location you want to live. There is no point in having the right property in the wrong area. One of the reasons location is so important is that you want your home value to grow over time. Even a great home might not appreciate as well in a less ideal area. Focus on what you cannot change. Try to look beyond trims and finishes to focus on the aspects of the home that are fixed and unchanging, like the lot size or the location of the property. If you are touring a potential home with an agent, give your agent your list of must-haves and ask your agent if their house could fit that list with a little bit of work. Plan for the long term. If you are a first-time buyer, you might just want to move on in the soonest possible. But most people end up living in their homes for many years, and it is vital to factor that in. If you do not buy a home that is future-proofed, you can end up having to move more frequently, which is incredibly expensive. Ensure it is a home you will grow into. People tend to like having more space as they grow older. Think about conversions or changes you might make to the property. You do not have to do them all at once. Can you build into the loft or are there undeveloped space? If you are planning children, or more children, you need enough bedrooms, and a garden. Living at the top of a staircase might not matter if you don't have kids but could be an impossible barrier with a pram. Stretch yourself. All other things being equal, owning a home almost always gets steadily more affordable every year you live there. Furniture and home improvement costs wither away after the first few years. Unless you lose your job or stop working for other reasons, you will almost certainly enjoy earnings that rise steadily year on year throughout your life. The cost of a mortgage does not increase year on year, varying at most with interest rates. That means that your mortgage will get steadily more affordable as a proportion of your income year by year. A property that was difficult to afford when you bought it will be more easily affordable 5 years later. Think about the trade-offs. You are unlikely to find a property that has everything you want, so you will have to make trade-offs. But the trade-offs can also be opportunities. Being next to a busy road reduces prices. If the noise does not bother you, then it could be an opportunity. Many people do not want to live right next to a school because of the noise from the playground, but if you are always out in school hours it would not matter. You pay a big premium for off-street parking, and it reduces car insurance cost. Make sure that you really want it. People will often spend more for a garden, but if you are not that bothered, then it won't be money well spent. If you do not have a huge budget and want to live centrally, living in a flat above a shop could prove perfect. Focus on the fundamentals. Make sure you distinguish between what is superficial and what is fundamental. For example, you can change the color scheme easily, but there is nothing you can do about the total floor area in a first-floor flat. Can you envisage developing the property over the years? Is there room for extensions, or loft conversions? Ugly features might depress the value but can be very cheap to remove. Changing narrow corridors or awkwardly shaped rooms can be impossible. Consider old versus new. Do you see yourself in a beautiful older home or a more modern home? There are advantages and disadvantages to each, depending on what you're looking for and your lifestyle. you are likely going to spend more money into maintenance and renovation with an older home, which may have outdated and inefficient heating, cooling and plumbing systems. New homes are also more likely to come with updated technology built in, such as alarm systems, cable, or smart thermostats. If a home is considered historic, you will be subject to any national and local guidelines for historic homes, such as not being able to make any additions to the home without approval from your local historical office. However, there are a couple benefits to owning a home in a historic district. Look at how well maintained the property you are looking at is, whether it is an old home or a more modern one. Think about any renovations you would have to make if you were to purchase it. Consider the actual cost of maintaining an older home, not just the asking price. Be realistic. The house you end up with, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, probably is not going to be your dream house. It is imperative that you end up with a house you are going to be happy living in, but you might also have to adjust your expectations if the home you want is not one you can afford. For those who are new to the housing market or have smaller budgets, a starter home may be a more realistic and advantageous choice. Starter homes are not great if you need a lot of space, as they are often small, but they tend to be more budget-friendly. Find out what the area's property taxes are and going to be moving forward. Many states have websites that help you calculate this. If you can, ask what the seller typically spends on utilities. Keep in mind that home ownership very often comes with a menagerie of unexpected cost, some of them significant. If you spend all your money up front on a large down payment, you may run into trouble down the line when your new house suddenly needs an emergency repair. Learn everything you can about the property. Once you have your eye on a property, learn as much as you can about it. Ask the estate agent smart questions about the property. When you go to view the property, make sure you check out the right things. Rival estate agents will often dish the dirt on a property, particularly if they have previously had it on their books and failed to sell it. Sometimes you can contact previous owners, who no longer have a vested interest in talking it up. This can be particularly informative if you suspect there might be problems with it. Ask the neighbors. Knock on their door and tell them you are thinking of buying the house next to them. Most people will be delighted to speak to prospective new neighbors. If they are not, that tells you something too. Protect yourself from estate agents. The only person who can really look out for your interests is you. Most estate agents are honest, but you should remember they work for the seller and want you to pay as much as possible. Some estate agents test the market, putting overinflated prices to see if anyone goes for it. Some clients insist their agents put their home on the market at excessively optimistic prices. The only way you can be confident of not paying over the odds is to become an expert on the local market. Regularly check property websites and go and see as many properties as possible. You will become better informed, and increase the chance of finding somewhere perfect. Thank you for watching the video. If you watch all my lectures, you may be able to start investing in rental properties a little quicker. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell to get alerts when a new video is posted. Please write your comments, questions, or concerns you would like to share.